Yo, it's your boy Scoob. Hey, this podcast show is called Living Life in Today's Society, and I like to call it that because it gives me the opportunity to talk about whatever I want to talk about because we have different situations in life, and I don't want to narrow it down. And so this episode is called Dating in This Generation, and I like that because there are different perspectives and different ways that we can look at as dating, and we're going to get deeper into that. But on this episode, I got three guests. I got my guy Max Brimer.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Yo, hey, I got Tia.
Hey.
Come on, and I got Maddie. We call her Mad Dog. You know, she got
good.
Hey, listen, we finna get into it. How y'all feeling today, though?
Hey, I'm feeling good. You know, it's feeling good outside. It's finna be swimming weather, so, you know.
Literally, summertime is coming up on my mama, bro. It's finna feel good. You know, like, it really do feel good outside. If we had, like, a patio, hey, we gonna set that up sometime.
Motion.
You know, nothing crazy. But, hey, we finna get into it. So, starting off, we gonna ask, what do y'all see as a red flag in somebody? Or do y'all have any red flags? You know, like, if you see somebody, what's an automatic no? Once you, like, if you thinking of dating somebody and what's a trait that just makes them an automatic no?
Ooh, if they start talking bad on, like, their ex or something and it's just going on and on and on, like, so then you'll know if, like, anything happens between y'all, he's just gonna dog you.
Okay, so like a gossip.
So then I'm just like, okay, like,
no, that's valid.
like, that's y'all's business. If you want to tell me a little bit, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you're just, like, going on and on and on, like, I don't want to hear about all that.
Alright. Like me, okay, listen, my red flag is somebody, like, listen, I like to be clean, right? So I like a clean area. Like, you ain't gotta be just spotless, like, oh, I'm like, I ain't gonna go crazy, like, oh my god, like, you know, but, like, let's say, like, I always heard, like, you are as clean as your car, right? So I swear on my life I can't make this up. There was one time I got in somebody's car, bro, and, like, I'm talking about, when I say standing on trash, no, like, you can't see the ground, bro. Like, wrappers, bro, like, I'm talking about McDonald's bags, Taco Bell. Like, I understand if you have, like, 2 or 3 small, no, like, okay, sometimes I do have my Bible and my notebook in there, you know, like, it's nothing crazy. Sometimes you gotta push it to the side, but I mean, like, I like a clean person. Like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm living with somebody, I don't want to come home and have, like, clothes or dishes just laying all over the place. So that's my one thing. But, like, what's y'all's? You know, like.
All right, my red flag. Well, biggest red flag, probably like disrespect. I ain't gonna take a disrespect.
Hey, that's facts. I remember I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, listen, like, if, like, cause you know, like, people be joking sometimes. They call you names. You know, like,
right, names. I don't mess with the names.
But it's like, so let's say somebody call you the B word or whatever, right? But they joking. See, but the thing is, if you allow that to happen in the joking sense, if they get mad and they call you that, well, you allowed that to happen. And they always say, you know, like, what you someone will only do what you allow. So they might start testing a little bit, be like, oh yeah, you know, like, he let me get away with this, or she let me get away with this, so I know how far I can take it. And they continue to, you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile on my mama, bro. Like, you can't. So I like that. You know, disrespect is crazy. You gotta watch it.
Especially how they treat their parents. I feel like it's a big part. Because, like, if I'm, like, over at someone's house and I see them, like, just straight up disrespecting their parents or siblings, like, I can get siblings sometimes, like, joking around, but, like, actually, like, big time, or just completely disrespecting their parents, I'm like, no, that's, like, I'm not alright with that at all.
That's real, because if they're not gonna respect their parents, like, what makes you think they finna respect you? Like, that's I think that's very important. Maddie, you got a red flag that you see in people?
I have to say the crazy girl best friends, because to be real, like, the second you guys have a problem, they're gonna run to the girl best friend, and then she was like, oh my god, break up with her, then they're together the next day, you know.
Exactly.
That's valid.
That's when you know you're cooked.
Absolutely air fried.
In that moment, it's like, are you dating the girl that you're talking to, or are you dating your best friend? You know, because like right now, like, it's like y'all have a relationship with no title. You know, like, who's the real, you know, person in this relationship?
Yeah, I feel like if you in a relationship, like, with a girl, then they should be your best friend, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. That should be the person.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so let me ask you this, though. This wasn't even one of the questions, you know, up next. But, like, in that scenario, let's say if you've been best friends with somebody for a while, and you just, let's say over, you know, a few years or so, and you jump into a relationship with somebody, do you feel like you should, like, distance yourself from your best friend and jump into that relationship, you know, like, or if that person that you're in a relationship wants you to, like, not necessarily cut them off, but, like, stop hanging out with them as much? I think you're hanging out with your best friend too much. How do you respond to that?
I mean, with me, I think guys can have friends. Like, if they're all like they can hang out with them in a group setting and stuff, but I don't think they should be hanging out just one-on-one. I feel like that's very weird. Or like
But they
the guy
best
needs to
friends
be,
though.
but
They-
Are you talking
But
about a girl?
yeah,
So
it's
if
like
a-
a girl. No,
if a
it's
guy has a
guy.
girl best friend and a girl has a guy best friend, so that's what I'm talking about, you know. So like,
I don't think they should be hanging out one-on-one. But that's just my opinion.
that's
I
okay.
agree.
That's
I don't-
valid.
If they're like best friends, like they've been best friends for years, or they grew up together, whatever, like hang out in a group setting, like
Yeah.
if the girlfriend's there, or like just in a group. But if they're one-on-one, that's weird.
So what if it's like, you know, like your best friend wants to go to, you know, that person's best friend wants to go like to lunch with them or something like that, you know, like they've been best friends
I'll
for
pull up.
years.
No, I don't think that's crazy because if you've been friends for years, but I feel like you just gotta respect boundaries.
That's yeah. I feel like boundaries is a big thing. Like if you're communicating with me, like letting me know, then that's okay. But if you're doing it behind my back and then I find out,
Then
then
that's
I'm
just
gonna be upset because then you're being sneaky.
Well, that's facts, you know. And I think in this generation it's so hard. It's so hard because like so. I don't even know if these is one of the questions or not later on, but it's just because it's in this right now. So you got different people who have different best friends for different reasons. Like
Yeah.
you do got people who like maybe they wasn't in a relationship with somebody, but they did like they got a term like it's two lines, right?
Yeah.
They call it best friend things, and then you actually have somebody that's just truly your best friend, just for a
Yeah.
friend. You know, like oh, like we best friends, so it's like. You know, friends with no benefits. Like, what's the purpose of that best? You know, we finna get deeper into this. We finna get deeper into this. So like this, like that's valid because there's so many different like levels. Like you know, sometimes you just have best friends that.
Yeah.
Nah, I guess it also depends on the person too.
And if it really is just like, oh, that's just my genuine like my genuine friend, then like why be sneaky about like bringing me around that person? Like at least like introduce me to that person, like let
Yeah.
me know who that person is, let me get my own feel about that person too. If you're like, oh, like they've been good to me, I've been good to them, we've had a good connection as just friends, then why hide it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like if it was me and I had like a girlfriend, I wouldn't be like insecure about it. Like if she was hanging out with guys, like a guy that she knew for like years or whatever, because I would expect the same like in return.
Right.
Because I have girls like I've been friends with for a long time, and I just have a lot of like friends, so I just, you know what I mean. I don't think you should be insecure about that.
I don't think you should either. But that also, you know, falls into the category of like, why is that person your best friend? Because I look at it like if you go to a club or something, you know, like and your girl is there or your guy is there, you know, your man or whatever. Like and y'all down there and you see like a girl, you know, like or a guy, you know, like talking to that person or maybe trying to flirt with that person, but they not flirting back or giving them the attention. That's a whole nother conversation. But I say that to say, you know, like I shouldn't feel insecure, you know, like about my other half, you know, like having a conversation with somebody else or being out with friends, because it's like at the end of the day, that person is in a relationship with me. Or that person is coming home with me. Or maybe y'all don't, you know, like live together yet, you know, but that person like that's what I should trust them, because trust is a big aspect
Right.
in, you know, like being in a relationship. You're like, do you trust that person? Like, are you finna get jealous or feel insecure, you know, like when that person's talking to another person? But at the same time, that's a whole nother conversation of itself that goes deeper into that, you know. But so what I want to ask is, do you still believe dates are relevant to go on, whether it's just meeting someone or whether you have been together for a while? Because I think this generation has different perspectives on how we look at that. But how do y'all feel? Like, do y'all think dates are still relevant?
I think they're necessary, and I think they should be relevant. They should be more normalized, because now it's just like you get a text like, oh, pull up here, and then you guys just hang out with their friends or something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think it's really important, one, if you're meeting someone, to definitely go on a date so you can get to know that person. But also while you're still in a relationship, taking that time to go out with your significant other and just you two to dinner or something, just to, you know.
Just to kind of separate y'all from the world a little bit and get to like spend time with the person like you enjoy the most, because life can get kind of crazy
Right.
and hectic, and there can be so much drama going on that sometimes you just need to take a minute and like spend that time with the person you care about.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think like going on a date unless you're like really serious, but like spending like one-on-one time, like quality time with somebody to get to know them, like I feel like that makes sense. But like a lot of the times, if I like a girl, I'll just bring her around my friend, like usually just what I'm doing, whatever I'm doing, I'll just invite them out, like where I'm mad already.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you then, like, what do you feel? How do you define a date? What do you define a date?
Okay, like an actual date, going out to dinner, paying for the girl. Like,
But
you know what I mean?
Do you feel like it only because everybody has a different perspective, you know? Like, so that's why I asked. Do you feel like you have to go on a dinner in order to go on a date?
No.
So
I
like,
think a date, like a date is really just whatever you make it. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like whatever, like just hanging out, anywhere really could be a date.
yeah,
right?
that's valid. I think it's important to go on dates, you know, because one of the sayings that I always hear is, once you get somebody, don't continue. Or I know how the saying is in my head, but I don't know how to word it. But
You
it
need to
basically
keep
talks about
pursuing
like
them.
once you get that person, you know, like don't get lazy and stop, you know, like complimenting them or you know like taking them out or making them feel special because you see movies, bro, like on my mama, like you see movies where like somebody got a significant other and they go to work and that person at work is making them feel happy or that person at work is complimenting them and it's just like they don't even fall for that person starting off. It's not meant to be, you know, like, oh, they're looking for something else, but like, are you making that person feel special? Are you still taking that person out on a date? Are you still telling them, or did you just get comfortable and set, like, even like you think of it like you want to, everybody wants this gym summer body, right? Everybody wants to look good for somebody, but then when you get that person, let's say like as a guy, like you get that person and like, oh, well, you know, this person's not going to leave me. I'm going to start eating, start getting lazy, start getting fat. I'm going to lose. Not that she only cares about appearance, but like you stop, you know, like making her feel special. And now you just.
Yeah, and then a lot of times they're like, oh, well, like, why are things not going so good between us? And it's like, well, you're not doing what you first did to get that connection. You're
Or
not
even-
going and pursuing her continuously.
Yeah. Or like, are y'all even still having those, you know, like genuine conversation, or y'all having surface level conversation? Like, hey, how was your day? Oh, it was good, you know, like I can't complain. It was alright. That's the conversation you have with everybody. Or
Yeah,
you genuinely trying to find out, you know, like how their day went. And I even like I hear different things or I see different things where it talks about like guys and girls communicate differently. Where like I had sisters. I grew up with sisters and a mom, so I feel like it taught me how to treat a girl or how to understand a girl. Like where like I've heard where when girls communicate, like they don't want you to fix the problem, but a guy is a fixer. So like, oh, somebody hurt you? Who did it? Like, let me go find, you know, like, sometimes, like, I know, like, when my sister used to say stuff, like, or whatever, like, she would be talking, or even my mom, like, she would be talking. It wasn't for her to fix something. She just wanted to vent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but some guys, you know, like, have that mentality, like, they want to respond and they want to find out how to do something, but you know, like she's not always asking you to fix the situation, which I'm not a girl, you know, like, but that's what I learned from having sisters and siblings, you know. So like, guys just communicate differently. Like, I think when we communicate, you know, like, I don't know, maybe like we don't always want something either. I don't think we've been it. It varies. I know what I'm trying to say, but it just lost my head. Like, it's like I think we communicate differently. Like, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes. If I'm, you know, like express myself, I don't want you to fix something. You know, I think everybody wants to be heard at the end of the day, but I think that's important with communication in a relationship. Like, you want to be heard, you know, like, I don't need you to always do something for me, but like, I just want to talk. Are y'all still keeping those connections, or is it just like surface level? Oh, I got it, you know, like, I don't need to impress her no more. I don't need to continue to work for her no more. Because when you marry somebody, I ain't never married nobody before, but you marry somebody and you wake up to that person every single day. That's a long time. And I want to marry somebody, so like I do want to do that. But are y'all still, you know, like, don't let that person at work compliment that person or make that person feel more special than you
Yeah.
are.
Don't let the spark die out.
You don't want that to happen. And it's like, I don't always think that's intentional, but at the same time, like, it's just, what's your heart? You know, like, do you
Yeah.
genuinely still care about that person? Or why did you jump into the relationship, really? Because I think there's even like, I feel like there's a lot of people in this generation as well who they don't want to feel alone.
Exactly.
So when you don't want to feel alone, you just jump into a relationship.
People just jump into a relationship and it's like they don't even like really like truly have feelings for that person. They just want somebody to like talk to or like be with, you know what I mean?
Even that, but you also don't take the time to understand that person, or even
Facts,
you know, like,
yep.
you don't know the person you're dating. So when they act out in rage or they get mad, oh my gosh, like I never seen this side.
Yeah.
You don't know that person. You just
Right.
jumped into a relationship with them because you wanted to feel, you know, and then
Yeah.
you have people who date for like 10, 15 years and then break up because, okay, over time, you like, they're real sideshows, you know. Yeah, I definitely think dating is still relevant. So, all right. So, how long do y'all think the talking stage should last?
Talking stage.
Or do you think there's a time period of how long it should last?
I think if you like, so say you go to school with this person and like you know them like kind of, but y'all haven't really talked. I'd say
Uh-huh.
like a month. I feel like, but if you have no clue who they are, then maybe like
A little bit.
a month and a
longer.
half.
A month and a half?
Like,
But well, I don't know. Like if you know that person already, maybe like less than a month. But if you like just met them somewhere, then like you know,
Less than a month? So, you said if you know that person, you know, then less than a month, you think?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I think it really depends on like the person and how well you already know them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like if they're a close friend, you know you enjoy hanging out with them, like yeah, probably not even a full month because you already know that person.
Right.
But if it's somebody like you don't know how they act in relationships, like I feel like I want to kind of get the feel of it first and not just like we said just jump into it because
Okay.
then that's opening up for their heart to get hurt or yours.
This man is smiling. I think he really has some knowledge
He
to
got something
express.
to
Like,
say.
I want to
He
hear
got
what you got
something
to
to
say.
say.
This
I
man
was
is
gonna say,
smiling.
it really varies on the person. Like me personally, I'm like a take my time type of guy. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell date a girl until I'm like 100% sure like that's really what I want. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people like I don't know like the talking stage. I don't really even be doing like I'll never tell a girl I'm talking. I feel like if I want to date her, I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna ask her out.
Yeah.
I just don't like the word like the talking stage. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense. Well, even like, so whenever I date somebody, like, I'm not picky, but at the same time, like, I have standards, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said,
have to be.
well, yeah, you have to be. You have to have those, but not everybody has those because sometimes you're
Exactly.
like I said, like, this generation is full of people who don't want to be alone all the time. But so me, like, I genuinely, like, I do look and I feel like you should date to marry, but that's my perspective. But that doesn't mean, you know, like, oh, we finna get married in like a year or two, you know, like right away. Not nothing like that, but it's more of like, so when I'm dating you, I look at it as like can I see this person raising my children, you know, like, could I see myself living with this person, you know, like every single day, like I'm looking long term, right? And also while I'm looking long term, I think, of course, I don't think the talking stage should last long, but it's definitely not something I'm gonna rush. And if I'm talking to somebody, I feel like if you're interested in me, nobody else should catch your attention. If I'm interested in you, nobody should catch my attention. You know, or other way around, however I said it
Right.
the first time.
And I feel like that gets mixed up a lot. Like, different people see the talking stage as completely different things.
That's
Because
facts.
some people are like, oh no, like, I can still go out, I can still do what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, then what's the point?
Literally, you
And-
wasted my time at
Exactly.
this point. Like, listen, like, do you want me or do you not? You know,
Because
like,
I'm trying to see if you, like, if we would work out in a relationship.
I'm not on your list of like, I'm not, nah, like, bro,
Yeah.
like either you.
Like, I'm not going to be an option for you to pick out.
Ain't no way, bro. Like, okay, you know what? We finna hang out with Billy, you know. Tuesday, Friday, I might hang out with Scooby, you know, see who I like better. But then I ain't gonna lie, James is cool, you know. Like next week, you know, like and I like the ideas that he does.
And like, if you're completely single, I think that's completely fine for you
Yeah.
to like look at your options. I think that's completely fine to, you know, go on different dates. But if you're like talking and like, hey, like I genuinely like you, I want to like see if things might work out between us, then I feel like that's when you should kind of be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna start putting all my attention into this person to see how it might turn out. And then if it's going good, then proceed to a relationship.
Yeah, I feel like that's how people get hurt so much in talking stages is like the different perspectives. Like for me, just being real, like I'll be sitting in my room like, okay, like is he finna text me back? Like what's, you know? And like just waiting and like wanting to talk to that person. And then the other person is like out just doing whatever and isn't in it like that. And also like the talking stage, like not rushing it but not making it take forever, but there's also so many things to talk about. Like, you know, just what their day-to-day is, you know, what their relationship with God is like and stuff like that. So it's not something to rush,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree.
you learning more about them.
Exactly.
Right.
But I think also, like, I read this book. It was Mike Todd actually. Like, it was relationship goals. And like one thing that I read in that book was super cool. Like, basically he was talking about how I never been on a train, but he was talking about being on a train. You know, where there's certain seats, and it's not meant for you to stay on the train the whole time. Like, you're supposed to go from station A to B. You know, like, and then going from station A to station B, you decide like if you can see yourself with this person. You know. And then if you see yourself with this person, going from B to C, you decide like, I think he said it a little bit better, but going from B to C, you decide like, okay, now I dated this person for a little bit. Now, can I see myself marrying this person?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, like every stage of life is different. Every relationship is different. I see people date for like, bro, like 7 years, 5 years, like 10, 15 years. Bro, like listen. Are y'all ever gonna get married? Like, are you staying with this person? Like, have you just settled in and you don't care for looking for somebody else, or you know you can't get nothing better, so this is what you got? Like, why date? Like, no judgment. Like, however, but I think you have to ask yourself. But I also think that's why it's important to communicate, because like there are times where conflicts come up. Where if that conflict comes up, you know, like, are you going to talk about it? Are you going to sit and hold it in and keep it to yourself? Because they can't know if you're not communicating that with them, you know, like, are y'all going to grow, or are y'all going to stay stagnant and stay in the same spot? Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people in relationships, not everybody, you know, like, but I think there are certain relationships where people don't want to grow. They're afraid to lose that next person, so they don't want to ask that question of like, okay, we need to talk about this because this bothers me.
Yeah.
And if I'm setting a boundary that you don't like and you don't want to grow past that, or you don't want to see my perspective of how it may hurt me, or maybe how like I want that to be fixed, and you continue to do the same thing, maybe you're not the right person for me. Mm-hmm. Why are we dating? Why are we talking? You know, you can't. Also, I can't communicate with you without you getting mad or like irritated. It's
retweet.
Okay, so how long do you think like you should date somebody before you marry them?
How long do I think I should date somebody before I marry them?
Yeah.
So okay, so starting off, like I said before, like me, I look at like if I date you, it's a potential of me seeing myself in the future that I can marry, because I'm always looking long term. And like I said, I'm not picky, but I'm picky. So if I found somebody that I can see myself, you know, like dating long term, let's say I get into a relationship with them, and talking stage, let's just throw the talking stage out there, because there are a lot of people who do believe in talking stage and some people who don't, and everybody has different names for that. So like let's say like I'm talking to this person for about maybe a month, no longer than 2.
Yeah.
But the only reason I put that amount of time on there, possibly 3, but that's a long time.
Yeah.
But the only reason I put that on there is because, like I said, like if you're interested in me, it doesn't mean that I'm finna take forever, but I want to make sure that once I jump into this relationship with you, it's something that if we have issues down the road, that I'm going to stay with you and I'm going to work with you, because you're the, you know, like you have to ask yourself sometimes, is this the person you're willing to suffer with, you know?
Right.
And so like I look at it, the reason why I say like from between 1 to 3 months, you know, like depending on the person, is I look at it like, okay, I already see myself that there's potential to me marrying you, you know, like down the road. So the talking stage, like if I see myself like being with this person, if they're interested in me, they're not going to talk to nobody else. If I'm interested in them, I'm not going to talk to nobody else, you know. Don't take forever, of course, but I give that like 1 to 3 months tops, you know, like that's 3 months is really too long. I'm not gonna lie, you know, like you should know 3 months.
Past 3 months, I feel like it's just then I don't feel like you should date if it's past 3 months, because it's like no, like
3 months. Oh,
that's a long time.
That's
but like
that's a whole season.
Think about it though. Some people that is a whole season. Think about it.
That's
like,
all summer.
Some people take forever to open up, right?
Yeah.
And it may not even be that they're taking forever to open up, but maybe they could be like new to relationships, or they could come out of an abusive relationship, so they have like certain triggers or certain traumas, and so like I'm trying to evaluate all this, you know, like in that time, you know, like some people be together for a short period of time and they know your favorite drink and they know your favorite meal every time you go. I try to be observant, but I'm not that observant. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I will buy your food, or I will be there for you if you tell me what you need, you know, like, and I'll watch as much as I can, or I'll learn your favorite color and stuff like that. But some people are so observant. So like whenever I'm talking to this person in the talking stage, like I'm looking at all this, you know, like I want to know, like, what hurts you, you know, like, so I can know that I don't have to do that, you know, like, what was your past relationships like? Not so I can try to compare myself to them, but at the same time, like, there was a reason y'all broke up, you know, so, like, what can I do? Like, what's your love language? Like, how do I communicate? So, in that 3-month period or that 1-month period, however long, depending on, I'm learning all this before I completely make my commitment.
I feel like another thing people don't look at enough is if you are upset about a situation, I feel like you need to express to that person like hey, this is what helps me when I'm angry. Like if we sit down and have a conversation, or if we take a little bit of space, because I feel like a lot of times people are like upset and they're like, well, I don't know what's gonna help them. I don't know what's gonna fix this situation, because they didn't already tell each other like, hey, sometimes I need some space. When that person might just look at it as, oh, they're just ignoring me.
Yeah.
Like they don't express that, oh, these are things I might need in a relationship. So I feel like that's another thing that once you get into that relationship, you're like, oh, I didn't know they were gonna act like this.
Yeah, and that's why you have to take the time to learn them too. But also at the same time, okay, give it some time, of course, if y'all have that, or they express something, you know, like depending on what they express, but like give it some time, you know, like maybe find out why do they feel that way, you know, like, or do you feel that there's something that triggers you that because I want to understand, you know, like, so I can know, like, it's just understanding and knowing that person, because I'm telling you, like, well, they say like it takes like 6 months for somebody to truly open up and really be their self, but
In 6 months.
some people might take like a year or two. Like, you got, like, I always look at it because, like, people always use Christians, and I'm a Christian too, but, like, you know, you think of how people, like, go to church and they can put on a good mask, or you can find out, like, a best friend of yours was, like, really not your best friend, they were using you, or, like, people know how to play the part, and this generation is so crazy, like, it's just, like, people know how to play the part, so, like, it's just, like, over time, you realize you, like, bro, I've never seen this side of you, know, like, where did this come from, like, maybe you didn't take the time to truly understand them. I'm very observant. I don't say much because, like, I think if it comes to a point where, like, I'm done with you, bro, I try to go from A to Z. Like, I try to give you multiple different options. No, I don't feel like it was my job to speak up on it unless there's a certain situation that bothers me and I'm gonna speak. But I'm gonna give you an opportunity to try to, you know, like, if you lied and I found out about it, there may be some point where I confront you, but at the same time, it's more of like, I want to see how you move.
Yeah.
Because if you're tied to me and there's rope between us, I'm going to let you as loose as possible. Simply because I'm not going to control you. I'm not going to speak on things that I feel like should be in this relationship. I'm going to let you do what you do. And when you show me who you are and your colors come out, like, let's say, like, I do something unintentionally and I make you mad and I see how you react in your anger, cool, I'm gonna remember that. I'm taking notes, like, I'm watching all this, like, I'm learning who you are, because I'm not going to, I don't feel like, you shouldn't have to tell somebody how to love you. You shouldn't have to tell somebody how to treat you. And this generation is so crazy. Like, I can hold the door open for somebody and they look at, like, I don't want no compliment. Like, you ain't even gotta say thank you, you know, like, but don't mug me like I want something. I don't want nothing. And it's so bad because, like, you can smile at somebody and, like, they think you trying to flirt with it. Bro, my mom just taught me manners and she taught me respect. Like, everybody that opens up a conversation with you is not trying to flirt or talk to you. But it's understandable that it's hard to understand and realize, because you have a generation where you got good guys and you got bad guys, and they always talk about, oh, the good guys always lose. That's not complete. It just depends on your personality or who you looking for. Like, if you trying to go look for, like, somebody who, like, not trying to settle down, you know, like, and out there, you know, like, jumping from relationship to relationship. How many relationships you been in? Okay, that's not necessarily important, but at the same time, like, I want to understand, like, how long does it take you before you're ready to jump into the next relationship? Are you willing to jump into a relationship with anybody? Like, I'm trying to understand, you know, like, because I need to know who I'm talking to. I'm not finna just talk to anybody, you know, but...
Because we just missed the ice cream truck.
I know, I heard the ice cream truck.
Yeah,
I did
heard it,
hear
and
it.
I was like, dang, I really want some
Like,
ice
if you
cream.
look back and I'm laughing at you while you're talking, it's because I was the ice cream truck.
I know, I was like talking, and I was like, what is that?
So, okay. So, the next question. Who pays the bills when y'all go out to eat occasionally?
Okay, at first, okay, at first I think the guy should pay, like, first date or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think it should be like that every time. I know that's a thing that some girls, like, expect, like, every single time y'all go out. But, I mean, I think it should be, like, on and off. Like, y'all should both, you know, the girl should pay sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like here and there, like when y'all are going out, like the girl should spoil the guy too. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a big enough thing. Like girls should surprise their guys with stuff too. Like
You look like you, bro. I just look at you, bro, and like when I see you smile, bro, it just makes me feel like you just got some deep
No,
thought
look,
that
I
you
feel
want to
like
express.
everything I say is, like, looking
He's
at me
like-
laughing.
Look.
That's what I said. Yeah, Tia, just like, bro. Yeah, he.
I know he always got that
He's
little side
judging.
eye.
I
It's like,
got like I personally don't care. Like, I'll pay for a girl if she like, but like, you know, I mean, I really don't care. I'll pay for a girl. I don't care if she pays for me. I mean, it just depends. Especially, I feel like if I asked a girl to go hang out or go somewhere to eat, then like obviously I'll probably pay for her.
yeah.
But if a girl asks to like hang out, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I feel like
Yeah.
it go either way.
I feel like it should go like back and forth sometimes. You know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like me, okay, I've been in high school like where like I had guys like bragging like, oh yeah, bro, this girl just bought me like a new pair of J's, you know, like whatever, and he don't buy nothing for her, and that's cool and all for him. But me, I can't be that way. Like now, if I get into a relationship or something, or I get married, and like I'm always gonna hustle and I'm always gonna make my money, you know, like
Yeah.
so like you not gonna see me not bring nothing to the table, but
Yeah.
at the same time, if I ended up marrying a girl, you know, like who happened to be the breadwinner, who had more money of an income, like I'm not gonna be jealous or, you know, like mad, or I'm not competing with her, like that's on my team. But me personally, when it comes to like paying for food, it's just me, bro. Like I grew up so independent where it was just like don't depend on nobody. But at the same time, like that's your significant other, that's your relationship, or
Yeah.
that's your girl. So like I'm always going to expect to pay. Now I'm not gonna like I probably have to be like cool with you or close with you for a super long time before I allow you to be able. If you paid before like I end up paying, like it's probably because it took me longer to dig in my pocket to try to hurry up and get out my wallet or something, you know, like. But I almost feel like that's tough because like I have nothing against a girl paying for me. I promise I have nothing against a girl paying for me. But I feel like a provider, you know, like I feel like I want to
I feel you.
provide, and so
Yeah,
it's like, no, like, you know, like use that money for something that, you know, like you want to get, like
Yeah.
maybe I invited you on this, or maybe even if you did invite me, like let me treat you, like
Yeah.
maybe, you know, like bro, I literally remember one time at church, bro, and like I was somebody was vacuuming, a girl was vacuuming, and I was trying to help, like I was just like, I could vacuum for, you know, like no, like I got it, I was alright, cool, you know, like but like
Yeah.
in my head, like it's just like, so like I feel like there are some girls who like don't know how to accept that love only because some people come as manipulation, as, you know, like it's a disguise. Oh, like, you know,
Because
like
so many guys these days will be like, oh, well, I did this for you. You should, you know, do this for me. And I'm like, no, like, you should have done that out of the kindness of your heart. Like,
yeah, that's
and,
facts.
But, like, if I'm the only one that's always paying for stuff, I'm going to stop paying for you. Like, then you got yourself.
That's
but, like,
valid.
if we're going back and forth, then, like, I don't mind it. I don't
Yeah.
mind pitching in here and there. But if it's just, like, only me, I'm like, okay, you're a bum. Like,
Wow.
That's real.
Like,
But I,
That's
in all honesty,
everybody
like
else
being
knows.
respectfully,
That's
like
wild.
no, that is real. But it's like at the same time, it's like either you gotta be like, no, you gotta be somebody super close to me for me to just let you pay for my stuff.
yeah.
Or let's say like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, we gotta be past the talking stage. We gotta be in a relationship for a while before I let
Yeah.
you pay for me. And if you pay for me, then if you pay for me without like me telling you like no, it's okay, and I try to pay for myself and you end up paying for me anyways, I'm 100% paying for the next thing. Or I'm not trying to one up you, but it's more like, okay, like I'm gonna return that in a way of like maybe like I got you a gift when you was feeling down or something, whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. Like it takes me time to be able to allow you to just really like pay for my food. Bro.
Yeah.
Like
If you don't pay for me, go ahead.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Just go ahead and pay
He's
for
like,
me.
I really don't
I'm,
care.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool
I
with
feel
it.
And
like
they-
if I'm like actually in a relationship, like I like paying for guys like sometimes because I feel like, you know, like I don't know. Sometimes when I'm in a talking stage, like you can punch me in the face and I'll say
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
crazy.
like,
That
I
makes
like
sense.
girls-
That makes
No,
no. Actually,
no.
no, that don't make sense. Wait,
No, because
no.
she's always like, do you want something? Do you want something? I got you.
Cause like I don't know.
But like,
if I'm
no.
I don't know. Like if I like a guy, like yeah, I'm gonna pay for your food. Like
You
you know.
said punch you in the
Punch
face.
But I feel like
No,
I feel like
that
you
has
say I'm
nothing to
sorry.
do with food.
Really?
No, I'm
It's
kidding.
the
I'm
other way
just saying
around.
like that's like the vibe. Like
You
I'll
know what
pay for
I'm
your
hearing
food.
over here? I'm hearing
You
she's
punch me in the face. and say
abusive
sorry.
relationships. Like, listen,
No,
like,
I won't punch a guy in the face. I'm saying they can punch me.
yeah, I
And
know.
be like,
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
She'd be
Like, listen.
That's hot.
Go
That's
wash
hot.
my laundry. Listen, like, no, I'm just playing. Let me stop. You said punch in the face. That's crazy. No, that is crazy.
But I feel like it should be the other way around. Like in the talking stage, I feel like a guy should be paying for you. If he's trying to pursue
Yeah.
you, he should be going out and doing that for you. Like,
That makes sense.
But if you're in a relationship to where y'all are equal, I mean, y'all are equals. Obviously, obviously, in the talking
we get
stage.
different perspectives for real. For real.
But once y'all are like in the relationship, then I feel like y'all can go back and forth.
Okay, that makes sense. Dang. Okay. So, all right. So,
This keeps falling out.
what's having space in a relationship look like to you? And do you think it's healthy or unhealthy?
Healthy.
Oh, I think there should be space.
Definitely
for
need
sure.
space because I don't like when what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a girl
Clingy?
clingy and
Oh,
Oh,
I-
clingy.
like annoying, like just want to know everything. Like if you take a nap,
Oh
you
my
can't get
God.
mad at you for taking a nap. Like
You got,
I
like,
can't
10
do
missed
it. Bro.
calls?
I
You
can't
telling
do
me
it.
you didn't see my phone call and
That's
it's
not
been an
even-
hour or two? Like,
Yeah.
where you been at? Who you with? Like,
No,
bro,
yeah.
I seen a movie where this girl looked at the thermometer. Not the thermometer. That's temperature. No, I know that's temperature. I didn't mean that. The I don't know what it's
Like
called.
miles.
Yes,
Huh?
but there's a name for it. Well, anyways, there was the distance that they drove was like it's this many amount of like distance to be able to
Oh.
get here and here. You said you was going there. Keisha live over here. Like, bro, like
Oh
listen,
my
like
gosh.
no, it be
That's too much.
like okay. So like, do you think that the other person should be able to look through your phone?
Yeah.
And like, if so, how long do you think it should take before they're able to like get your password and look through your phone?
Password is crazy.
They
Facts,
gotta
of
look.
course you would say that.
Password is
Of course
crazy.
you
I,
would say
I would never give anybody my password.
Never.
Honestly,
No,
Your
my
What if
wife.
you were married?
Your wife though.
Well, my what? Well,
Okay.
to my
If you
to
in a
like
relationship-
your phone or like
No.
your social.
like my
No,
password.
not socials. Listen, that's
Just
crazy.
like-
Oh,
like,
to my
just
phone.
like
yes, to
Okay.
your phone.
I thought
No,
you were talking about like
no,
my,
no,
my
no.
account.
To your phone. No, to the accounts is crazy. You really you really don't trust me? Oh yeah. Bro.
Oh
You
yeah,
got-
my phone passcode. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, my
Like, you can have
girlfriend.
one.
Like if I had a girlfriend.
You think instantly, or do you think that take time?
Not even like instantly. I feel like it just like will happen. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
long it will take, but
Yeah.
like I don't think that's a big deal because you'll probably be in the car and they ask for your like code. They're probably gonna play music or something, and you just give it to them.
But no, like maybe let's say you laying down in bed, and like, or you taking a nap. Let's say we ain't even gotta go that far where y'all living each other. Maybe you taking a nap and they just over at your house, whatever. Hey, can I see your phone? You gonna ask them? Listen, listen.
Like
are you
surprise.
gonna
Like,
are you
I'd
gonna
say
ask
yes.
them what they need it for, or are you just gonna?
No, I would.
Give me your phone
I
and
would
be
just
like,
hand my phone
What's the
over.
code?
But then at the same time, I'd be like, bro, like, why do you think you need?
But are
to
you
go
gonna think
through
that in
my
your head, or are you
phone?
gonna ask that out loud?
I mean, I would think it in my head, but honestly, I'd just give him my phone. I
I
mean,
just
I
feel
wouldn't
like-
have nothing to hide.
Like if you start dating somebody,
You're
like
funny, Max.
you should only be like,
Sorry,
you should only want like that one person. So there should be nothing like in your phone
nothing to hide.
to hide.
to hide. You know. I mean, obviously, if they're like, "Give me your phone," and they suspect something, then I'd be like, "What?"
Like,
well, hopefully.
I'd probably be like,
Nah,
like this
'cause,
one.
like,
I'd probably be like,
You'd be
okay,
looking
like give him a
over,
look,
like,
like,
trying to see
what
if
the
they're
heck?
doing
Yeah, I'd be like, what are you looking at?
That's crazy. I mean,
But, like-
hopefully they don't be like, give me your phone. Like, can I see your phone? You know,
But like that's so random. And so
It
I,
is
I would
random,
just be
but-
like, I'd be confused for sure.
you never know. I'm just curious because like, all right, honestly, if I'm dating somebody, then I'm not gonna have like. At the same time, then again, like, no, I would give them my password to my phone if I'm dating them and we pass the talking stage.
Yeah.
Just because, like, okay, I'm dating you, you know, like, so you're the person I'm talking to. But at the same time, like,
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Wait,
in the
don't-
talking stage, but if we're dating for sure.
like, wait, you don't trust me? You know, like, you want my
Yeah.
phone? What you want my phone? Like, I might ask, like, in a, like, not a serious way, like, why? Like, and then if they answer, like, because I want to sit. All right, hold on. See, I was just playing at first.
Yeah,
Like, I was still
yeah.
gonna give you my phone in the code.
Like,
I
we
was
was
just playing.
joking.
But now wait, what's the Or you see those things where like they do the interviews on TikTok, bro, and they be like
Dude,
this
those
was the-
like,
bro!
marriages,
Those are
Bro.
wild.
2
Those are
seconds.
scary.
I know
I'm
who's
like,
lying and who
yeah.
not, bro.
They be breaking
She's
up
like, no, you don't need
marriages.
to see it, and then it's like 15 guys. I'm like, look.
Bro, like,
Like,
she
they
like,
be
you
married,
don't need to
too.
see my
It's
Snapchat.
always, like,
Why?
married.
Like, let's do him first. You
I'm
know
like,
what?
that's
I want to do
wild.
you first because, like, you over here. Nah, like, let's see your phone.
You're the
first.
one that's
like,
hiding something.
Like, hey, bro, see, and they be in relationships for like, bro, like 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Like, how long y'all been
I
dating
saw
for?
a
Like,
married couple do it, and the wife was cheating on him.
It's
Like, they've
so-
been married for like 10 years.
And then like the dude don't do a thing about it.
don't, bro, like, look, bro, look, don't see. That's why I think it's so important to be able to know the person that you're talking to, because if you don't know the person you're talking to, and like, you ever just see somebody like going through a situation and like, some people have common sense, but of course we know sense ain't common sometimes, you know, like, or however they say that. But you see somebody going through a situation and like maybe they trying to talk or trying to flirt with somebody or whatever the situation, or you see them getting hurt and you like, I wish I could just like help you out in this situation. Like, I wish I could just like be you for a second so I can help lead you through this situation. Like, because it's just like, you see people like, they go through situations they shouldn't have to go through. And maybe it's because they avoid tough conversations. Maybe it's because like they scared to lose that person, so they don't want to have those conversations. You know, like maybe it's because they wanted to date where they didn't want to be alone, and so they're just like, oh yeah, you know, like this person. Or maybe it's there was only one time that I dated this girl because she was cute. And I didn't know her, but like I was just like, oh yeah, you know, like she
she
like
bad.
me, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
like she. Oh, listen, actually, I ain't even finna get too many details, boy. But listen, like I thought she was cute, you know, so I was just like, all right, you know, like what's up, you know, like, and we ended up. I didn't say it like that, of course, you know, like took, you know, like we talked a little bit, you know, ended up dating her, but
Did you pay for her food?
huh?
Did you pay for her food?
Yeah, I don't like nobody paying for me, but.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just see. I can't even give too many details on this subject because I don't even know who.
Name
gonna
drop.
be. I'm definitely not name dropping.
Name drop.
But
Was this recently?
you know, huh?
This is turning into the canceled
We're
podcast.
about
Have
to
you
get
seen
him
that?
in trouble.
I ain't saying
I'll
nothing.
say
Listen,
name drop.
Have you
Might as
seen
well.
the canceled podcast with Tana Mojo? That's what I feel like I'm on right now.
Bro, what?
I ain't
Sorry.
that big.
Tana
Listen,
Mojo. Tana Mojo.
We're not that big yet, you know. But you know, over
So we
time, you
getting
know.
there.
Start one of them?
But I mean, I think this generation has different perspectives and different ways that they look into relationships. And I think this conversation was good. I think there was a few, you know, like questions that we didn't even get to yet. But I like this, you know, like I like the different perspectives. And I
Yeah.
think the perspectives are different. But I think one thing take away from this is like at the end of the day, like when dating somebody or even trying to talk to somebody, you know, like what's your purpose for dating that person? And if you know your purpose, but the other, like, because two people are going to have different reasons, you know, like somebody could date, everybody has a different reason for why they jump into relationships. But I think the big thing is, you know, like you have to ask yourself, you know, like, okay, why am I dating this person? Or why is this person dating me? Okay, like, I feel like we've been stagnant, you know, like for weeks and we haven't gone or we haven't grown. And, you know, some people hate that question. What are we? Like, if you have to ask that question,
Okay.
if
Yeah,
you have to
that's
ask that
messed up.
question,
That's
then
so
I'm gonna be
messed
honest,
up.
you like, truthfully, honestly, like, really, like, if you have to ask that question, then you probably not the right
Yeah.
one because
You're
they
nothing then.
they want something from you, but like, you should never have to ask, like, do you love me? You
What
know,
are
like,
we?
if you have to ask any question along that line,
And I'd be half swiping that.
bro, it's
Yeah,
so.
we
I don't
have.
even be responding to that.
That
What do you?
lets know
He
they're not
said half
pursuing
swipe.
you.
How long you leaving it on half swipe? That man got a snap from about 2 years ago that he ain't never opened. Oh yeah, we good now. You know, let me just open that mug. See, you wanna? Hey,
Half
I
swipe
hate,
is
bro. Listen, okay, actually, I can't talk because I be half swiping too. But people be doing it to
Not
me,
something like
bro.
that.
People do it to me, but
Bro, I
then
be
you know
getting
the
in
issue
trouble.
with half swiping is you truly forget to respond back,
Yes.
and so it's
That's
just like.
Oh, you mean
always do
responding in
that.
your head?
In
That's
your
what I
head,
said.
bro.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
would never say anything.
literally,
And
you
then-
look the next day and you just like, oh shoot, I
It's like,
have
no, the
swiped.
worst is when you run into them in person and then they're like talking about it and then you're like,
You're
oh
cooked.
yeah, blah blah blah, and then
you
they're
have your
like,
phone
oh,
in
so
your
you
hand?
have swiped?
Bro, if
I'm like,
if
oh.
somebody did not respond to me and I see them like moments later or a day and they have their phone in their hand, bro. Your text messages on your phone,
Yeah.
your applications is on, bro. Snapchat, it's all that is on your phone, bro. What you on your phone for if you ain't gonna respond? Not that I need you to respond back, but like, bro,
Believe
nah, I
that.
know you see my
Right.
Yeah.
message. If you,
Yeah.
bro, ain't no way, bro.
And then
ain't
they
no
post
way.
on their story.
Oh, that's when people don't text
That
back, but I
makes
see
me
them view my
so
story or
mad,
something, because
yeah.
I'm always looking at who's viewing my
Me
story,
too.
bro. I don't
Yeah.
even care. Like, I'm always looking. I don't care who don't look or who do look. I look. And if I text you and you, why you even watch my story, bro? Like,
Yeah.
you didn't even want to text back. Why you even watch my? You
Well,
get a
it's like
text
you can be
message
in a
before you get a
serious
notification.
relationship or conversation with somebody, and then like they just stop responding to you, and then they post on their story. I'm like, okay.
I hate that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the most
Serious
disrespectful thing.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's literally the most disrespectful.
Nobody do me like that.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Hey, look,
I'll say that too.
bro. Hey, you know why I know you lying? Let me tell you why I know you lying, bro. Listen, you got big artists, R&B singers, bro. Like, I know they be having their heart broke, bro. If they get their heart broke and they got money, bro,
You
you
definitely
ain't
are.
telling me that ain't not one person. You, hey, my love,
Not
her,
him,
bro, like she did.
Right way.
Right? Listen, if you a guy and you, listen,
That's
if you
wild.
talking to somebody, if you talking to a guy and he listen to Rod Wave, bro, he don't cheat.
Bye.
He don't
He
know.
don't
He don't
cheat.
cheat.
You
He
listen to
don't
Rod
cheat.
Wave?
If he listen, I love Rod
I
Wave. He's in
love
my
Rod
top
Wave.
3. He's probably in my top 2, no cap. But like if you talking to a guy and he listen to Rod Wave, he not a cheater, bro. Just take my word. But like I said, you know, like we might make a part 2, you know, like, but you just gotta ask yourself at the end of the day, you know, like, why are you talking to somebody? Don't stay on the talking stage for too long, but don't rush. Because if they are for you, then they're not gonna talk to nobody else. But don't stay there forever as well, you know. Like, but you just gotta act, because this generation just has so different many mentalities. It is good guys out there, you know. There's still people who have respect, and everybody that smile at you is not trying to talk to you. But hey, you
I
know,
love
like,
that
listen, hey, like I said, bro, I like this one. Hey, the next one is gonna be crazy. The next one's gonna be deep, you know. Like,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
told y'all what
I'm
the next
excited
one gonna
for
be
the
about.
next one.
Listen,
Can we all
I
do a
ain't-
mic drop?
huh?
Can we do a mic drop
If
together?
you buy me a new one.
No, like
Like
on our
right
lap.
here.
I'm just playing. I'm messing with you.
Can we?
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Mic
end it.
drop.
We out of here, you know, like, thanks for watching. Go like, share, comment, a mic
Like
drop.
and subscribe.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, that hit
How
so
y'all
hard.
not gonna
Hooray!